Okay, Saturday, 18th of October, 2025. So, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Destiny, fate, free will. So, let's look at this and let's analyze this because there's a few interesting things to consider. One or two interesting nuanced points. So, some would say that there is no free will and it's all destiny, predetermined. We could say, one regard with regards to God, or another regard concerning, say, the laws of physics and laws of nature. I did a video about this back in December, briefly, 2023, about superposition. I think the phrase is superposition, where through maths, laws of physics, everything is where it needs to be because of a series of dominoes and reactions and other things affecting it. So we could say humans, hormones or chemicals or impulses, things like that are affecting us. And because of that, everything's got a position and location in the world. Very nice. So God on one side, a path, or everything is where it is because of laws of physics. Now, my only issue over here is that people will say things happen for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Bit of a cliche thinking. Well, it is a cliche, and we have to be careful with cliche thinking. But also because of that, it's post-rationalization fallacy in a sense of this happened or that happened. Well, whatever did indeed happen, we will be internalizing it and coping with it and analyzing it and saying, well, that happened, therefore it was meant to be, therefore something. No, because then the opposite. How do we explain the opposite? This thing happened, or that book there is at the top of the pile. Why is it not at the fifth bottom of the pile or the bottom of the pile? Why is it at the top, not the third? That must have happened for a reason. Why is that there as opposed to just there? Was that for a reason? Why are those there, not over there? Was that for a reason? Because you have to be consistent. If you're going to apply it to one thing, that happened for a reason. What about everything else? Everything else. Fair enough. And the other thing to look at is in destiny, can it be falsified? How can you falsify something? Meaning, how can you prove it wrong? So when you try to prove gravity wrong, you end up consistently proving it right by doing this experiment, doing that experiment, this and that and that and this. You could say, what experiment is there that can be done to disprove this? And I got one interesting idea. Because you could say, right, well, this is action, whatever this action may be. But then you realize, well, I would not do that because of this thing. And that thing could be well justified, or logical, rational, whatever else. It's an incentive to not do that action there. So then I say, right, well, let's find the simplest, bare bones little action you can do that has no incentive or disincentive, no pain nor pleasure to do. And the only reason to do it is because I say so. And there's no negative externalities behind doing it. There's no pain, there's no pleasure, there's not arrested, not going to be arrested, it's not illegal, nothing like that. So a simple action, well, just touch your nose. And then we need to be very careful because you might then say, well, I only did that because you asked me to do it. See, it's not, that's destiny right there. Your will was imposed on me. But then you could say, well, if that was the case, then why weren't you doing it anyway throughout the day? A simple action is touching your nose. Not illegal, not going to get fined for it, not going to have problems for it. It takes no effort and energy at all to do. What was the problem? Interesting. Because then almost it goes into an interesting loop with regards to, oh, I only did it because you said so, but I did it this time because something. Then you could say, follow the logic and be consistent. Well, why aren't you doing everything possible? Rubbing ear, rubbing eye, scratching head, rubbing chin, flapping arms like a bird, things like that. Then that means that you can just do things at a deeper meta level. You could just do things. Oh, I can move these books over here, done. That all that took was willpower. Oh, this thing, let's move it there. Oh, there we are. Was it destiny that was going to be moved? Those 15 or so centimeters? I don't know, but it happened. Oh, I got an itch. Oh, You could say that's genetic impulse. Oh, well, I could ignore another itch now, or I could ignore it and do something completely different, and it might go away, or I can attend to it. Very nice. However, there we are, looks a bit more organised. You could say, however, oh, another itch there, another itch there, interesting. I could have ignored and continued talking, but I decided to address it. But we can go deeper, because I can't help suspect that in some very interesting, nuanced way, both angles, both sides are correct. The free will and the destiny. In a sense of, we have limitations. I did a video about this, the phenotypic limit, as in how far arms can stretch, how high we can reach, or how fast we can run. Meaning, I can do anything within my power within the physical constraints or the reality constraints or logistical constraints. So, for example, it's 10 o'clock at night now. How can I get to Paris before midnight? Well, you can't now. It's the last plane to Paris is going to leave in 10 minutes, so it's not going to happen. I can't go from here to be ready to board that plane in the next 600 seconds. That's impossible. This is too far. It's speed equals distance over time. Need the ticket and the queue for security, and getting from security to the gate, even at full speed, is not going to be fast enough. Not enough time. So in that regard, we could say it's destiny insofar as it's not possible to be done. But hey, if I want to be in Paris within 24 hours from now, it's very possible. Yeah, no problems. There's a plane in about 6 hours. Perfect. If I leave now, get packing, I'll be at the airport in, say, 2 hours. Perfect time. Things like that. And then you could say, right, well, let's get a McDonald's, but okay, and let's get a KFC. Oh, but only KFC is 5 miles away, and by the time you get there, it'll be closed. Because I think then at an even deeper level, it's attitude. It's that I did a video about this, yesterday's video. It's that great subjectivity of life, meaning it's how you approach it, what you do with it. Is in, imagine with regards to poker, everyone can be given different hands. A professional can be given a weak pair of hand, I don't know, a 1 and a 1, I don't know, for example, and play it professionally, play it with devastating effect because he knows how to handle it. And someone could be given 2 aces and totally mismanage it. Someone can be given opportunity on a platter, but completely mismanage it, mismanage it, mishandle it, not use it appropriately, you name it, and it totally gets squandered. That's possible as well. What's your attitude? And that's a magic word, that is. Earl Nightingale, attitude. The magic word, attitude. Because 2 people can look at the exact same thing, and this is the Irish Mammy test I learned today. Irish Mammy test. Exact same thing, and 2 people can get completely different points of view. And I come across that as well in finance, where you can show one chart of price action to 2 different people and get 2 complete different perspectives. Likewise, 100 people get 100 perspectives and 100 opinions. It's totally subjective. So therefore, it's the attitude. Therefore, things happen because coincidences. Because if you're going to say that was destiny, those 2 right there, to be there, not over there, was destiny, then literally, what about everything else? It can't all be destiny. Things just happen because situations, circumstances, limitations, like the train, like the plane. Why are you here in the airport at 4 in the morning to get the 6 a.m. flight? So is that person. Just amazing coincidence. Therefore, it's how you view it. What's your attitude towards it? How are you internalizing it? Attitude. Because then you can say at an even deeper level, how are you viewing things? Are you viewing it pessimistically or optimistically? And I'm pretty sure I did a video about this as well, actually. I'm quite confident. I would say, pragmatically speaking, default to the optimistic and be more assertive in life. I want to achieve that. I want that in life. So how can I work towards making the reality, going from here into into something physical, tangible, physical results. I did a video about this as well, where modern day alchemy, making things happen. I want that, and hell or high water, I'll make it possible. I will arrange things in life today, right here, right now, and tomorrow and day after, to make that reality exponentially more possible and realistic. And it's that constraint we talked about, where, again, with the plane for Paris, oh, there's a plane for Paris in 3 hours. Oh, I might not be able to make it, but oh, guess what? I've got a plane ticket, so in 3 hours, yeah, it's on schedule, no problems. Ah, it's that. And we could say that is epistemic contrast. And I did a video about that as well, where two different lives can be generally very similar in terms of age, for example, or height, or language skills, or nationality. But behind the scenes, what's possible for them, their realities, the doors that are open to them can be completely different. It's that contrast, it's that attitude, that discipline, we could also say. It's that structure, what they did, those things that were possible. Those things that were made possible, why? Like touching the nose and doing things and scratching and rubbing and moving. They just did it. Because then a simplified experiment would be, okay, I'm thirsty. I want a glass of water. I'm thirsty. I could really do a glass of water. Okay, get a glass of water. And then you could say, right, well, the fact you didn't stand up and go to get one was destiny. But then it was not meant to be. Post rationalization. You're making the end result fit the reasoning and the reasoning as to why it didn't happen. You're making the end fit. You're putting the there's a nice phrase for this in law. What is it now? You're making the evidence fit the crime, something like that, as opposed to following the evidence. You're making the crime fit the evidence. That's it, something like that, as opposed to just make it happen. I want a glass of water. Let's go make it happen. Let's go get one. Let's go get two. Why? Because I can. Why? Because I got two glasses. Epistemic contrast. Oh, I've got 3 glasses. I can have 3 glasses of water at the same time. Wow, very nice. Oh, these books are still here. Let's move them. Let's make it happen, shall we? Ah, there we are. Now I've got more space. Interesting. So that's my interesting, unique take on it. Destiny, free will. What do you want to do? Make it happen. Just make it happen. I got an itch. Just ignore it. All right. Like the water, I'm thirsty. I could ignore it or make it happen. Attitude. Interesting. Yeah. But otherwise, then you could even say, well, that attitude itself was destined to happen. But my issue with that is, how do you falsify that? How do you prove to yourself that you didn't have the attitude to make things, to do stuff? Those books. How do I prove to myself I didn't have the desire to move those books? How do I prove to myself that I could not have moved those books in the first place? Things like that. I don't know. It just gets all over the place, and it almost goes into a I forgot what's it called now. Self-reinforcing logic. Just a logical loop. This statement is true because it is true. The source itself is true. Therefore, anything it says is going to be true. It's that loop there. Like, no, what do you want to do? Just go for it in life. Interesting. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.